This is part 4, how to add another receptacle when you're doing your room addition. Today I'm showing you this really cool box that we like to use in the kitchen. It's adjustable in and out. So if you don't know if they're doing tile or granite, and you can put it this way as a regular receptacle, or in California we call this lazy. So a lot of people in backsplashes want their receptacle in the lazy position. This is the lazy position, and I install it with 2 screws, and there's 2 other screws in the back here which I'm gonna install. And this box is quite secure. We use this all the time in kitchens. And I just want to show you how well it adjusts in and out. So if you don't know if you're doing tile or granite, this is a great box. As you saw, we had run 1 plug off the panel, 12-2 wire. So now I'm going to run another plug off this, going to knock it out. I like to strip before I install. Give myself a good 10 to 12 inches. Be careful stripping, you don't nick the wire. Pull it off. Pull the paper off the ground. And when you're doing a room addition, take your time, lay it out. I like to keep it 2 sets of wires in every box. And it has a lot to do with the volume size. This box is a bigger box. It has good volume. We have to have a staple within 12 inches, but if you want to over staple so it's nice and neat, there's nothing wrong with that. This is a cool staple too. It has a little rubber insulator on it. I'm going to go all the way down. And bring it around the bottom and up into the bottom of the box. Maybe I am using a little bit more wire. I could have came like this and down, but you never know when that little bit of wire is going to save you in the end. When someone wants to move it, something happens. Don't nick your wires. I need a staple within 12 inches of the box. Put it in right down here. Now I'm going to make this up, starting with my grounds first. Twist my 2 grounds together. Twist them together, then take your pliers and tighten it up. Get a real good twist on there. Trim it back. And then this, we're just going to use the barrel crimp. Just squeeze it on. Then I tuck my ground in the back. Now I usually do my white. I'm going to pigtail it out. This is called pigtailing. Some guys put both wires on the screw of the plug. Take the time and pigtail out your wires. It's such a better connection. A little twist. Don't go too tight with the first two. Lay the third one right in the slot. Tighten it around with your lineman's. Trim off the end. And use a good wire nut. These are the 3M wire nuts I've talked about before. And so the receptacle I'm going to put on, just going to put a curve on it, so that's going to go right onto the receptacle. The reason I like pigtailing is now all the juice from this circuit is going to flow through here, and it's going to flow through this connection. It's not going to flow through the plug itself. So that's where I find all my breakdowns, is at that screws on the plug. So now all the power, especially this is the first plug on your circuit, all the power from this circuit is going right through here. So it's not going through these two little screws on the plug. It's going through here. And it's a much better connection. Lay that third wire right in the groove. Tighten it up really good. Trim it. Trim it back a little more. Wire nut. I'm going to go ahead and make up this plug. And the other plug we made up the same way, and it just has one wire. Once you get it on there, give it a good squeeze. Now the white goes on this side, the same side as the ground. I already screwed the other screw down. Got it on there. Give it a good squeeze so it's good and tight. Tighten it up. Now the hot side. I loosened up the screw already. Got it in there. And you can use needle nose if you're not good with these strippers to grab the wire. And put it on the right way so it's tight. Make sure your wires are good and tight. Tuck them in there. Push them back. And when you make this up, the drywall will be on there. Get your ground away from the hot. These are 632 screws into the box. Can't find the hole today. There it is. It's the hole. It's a little crooked. There's another thing that we use this for. It's just to straighten out the plugs. It's a tester, but it works good for straightening out your receptacles. That's another Big Mike tip. Free tip. So we tapped into this plug, we added this plug, and then we're going to go from this plug around the room for the whole room edition if we just only have one circuit. So the next plug is going to be down the wall a ways. This plug is going to be up on the wall, say for the TV or something like that, or a counter plug. And we GFI ground fault protected it with the breaker in the panel. So we don't need, even if it's a garage, I like using the GFI breakers now instead of the GFIs in the receptacle. It's easier for the people to find, and then we can cover it. And if you're doing a custom colors or anything like that, you don't have to special order GFIs. So I'm going extensively, and a lot of our breakers now have to be arc fault. So they're arc fault GFI. This is arc fault GFI. This is a dual function breaker. And then once you got these and you're waiting for the drywaller, you just put some wire nuts on your wires, tuck them in there, push them all the way in the back, and this, we can move it up and down or up. And I always leave these out. If it's going to be tile, I leave them out a little bit longer, out a little more, so the tile guy has to tile up to this really good, because if you leave it in, sometimes they tile too tight and you can't get to your screws, and then you can't move this box out. So leave the box out and let the tile guy tile right up to it so that you can bring it back and finish it flush with whatever they're doing to finish.